Everyone, this is Coach Koontz coming to you with our first Husky alumni report. And with me tonight, I have four Husky graduates that are currently um, participating in a sport in a college. And I'm going to let them go around and introduce themselves, starting with Joseph Louder.
All right. So as he said, my name is Joseph Lauder. I graduated from Ashe County High School in 2016. I'm currently at Appalachian State. I'm a redshirt junior on the field, and I play baseball.
Joseph, what made you decide to go to Appalachian State?
I think personally what made me decide to go to App was it felt like home to me. I know Ashe County is not far from Boone, but it felt after I went, so my freshman year, I didn't go to App. I was at Division II school. When I transferred, I wanted to be somewhere where it felt like home, and I thought Appalachian fit that best for me.
Great. Hogan Windish, tell us about you.
What's up, guys? I'm Hogan Windish. I graduated from Ashe County in 2017. I played baseball through high school there and went on to play at UNC Greensboro. I chose UNC Greensboro because, for one, they had a great kinesiology program, which is what my major is. So that was really exciting for me. And they always had, at least from what I had seen growing up, they had a really good baseball program. So that was something I really want to be a part of.
Next.
Okay. I'm Sarah Harden. I graduated from Ashe in 2017, and I go to App now, play on the golf team. I chose to go there because, one, I'm a homebody and it's super duper close. And then also, two of the seniors that were on the team at the time, I was really close. Okay, I guess they were juniors. But when I was a freshman, they were seniors, and I was really close to them from high school golf. And I don't know, I just really like the team atmosphere, and I love it still, so I'm good.
Good deal. Good deal. Tafton, you're next.
All right, so I'm Captain Baker. I graduated in 2019, and I chose Ryan probably because I already knew two guys pretty well that went there. Good friends with them, knew the coach, and he just came approach me, talk to me, and once I visited, I was sold pretty much. Really like the people there in the place, and it's not very far from home. It's like an hour and a half drive, so I'm not far, but I'm also not still here.
I gotcha. So just wanted to ask you all, how has this pandemic, the COVID-19, how has that impacted your seasons and your teams, you as a student athlete? I'm sure, obviously, everybody knows that college athletics has also been suspended or I guess in most cases canceled. But just tell me a little bit about how it's impacted you all, starting with Joseph again.
So basically, baseball season had just started. It started in the middle of February. We were getting ready to go to a series in Texas, and basically got a phone call that said, hey, we're suspending the season, and we'll catch you up on more later. And I think as a team, we went from full on ready to go every day to kind of having to reevaluate that and kind of take things one day at a time. We'll see what happens the next day, and so on and so forth.
Gotcha. So you guys right now, are you doing anything at all?
So we actually have Zoom meetings every Monday and then team meetings on Fridays. So we're sort of staying connected that way, and that's about the only way we can right now, other than we have a group Snapchat together. We talk on it a lot in a group meet. But otherwise, we're Zooming twice a week and just trying to stay together as a team like that.
Good deal. Hogan, what about you?
Yeah, I was pretty much in the same boat as Joseph. We had got 16 games in. We were about to go to a away trip in Jacksonville, Florida. And I remember I was in class and got a group me text from our coach saying, the series had been canceled, and he didn't have any other information. And about a week later, our athletic director and conference had finally decided to cancel the season. It was not so much for me, I would say. I mean, it was devastating, but definitely for our seniors, it was pretty gut-wrenching experience for all of us to have to see them have to go through that. And I definitely wouldn't want to wish that on anybody, you know? It was tough.
Yeah. Is your school doing anything special for senior college athletes?
Not that I know of at the moment. I know our coach would like to, when everything starts to clear up and everything, he wants, if everybody can, to kind of head back to Greensboro and just hang out with each other for one last time.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sarah, what about you? How's it affected you?
Well, we were on our spring break trip, whenever we got notice. I was actually, we were in the middle of a tournament. It was a 2-day, 36-hole, 18-hole. And I was on my 30th hole, and my assistant coach came up to me and she was like, so play these next 6 holes like it's your last, because like it's your last this season. And like at first I was so sad, I didn't know what to do. And so like my next hole was a little rough, but then I was like just having fun with it. And team was really sad. Thankfully, we don't have any seniors though, so everyone's going to return next year. And also we did have a fall season. The only thing that stinks is that like our conference in the spring was canceled, but yeah, mostly we're just having Zoom meetings every week and staying connected through like our phones, and like practicing on our own. So
Cool. Tafton, what about you? How's it impacted you?
Well, for us, it was about a week out from our first outdoor meet scheduled in Georgia. We got the call, and our coach on the group chat, he just let us all know. He's like, "Hey guys, here's what's up." Let us know it's probably over. So it's pretty hard for all of us, and the whole team got together and we were just kind of talking, seeing what was going on, and later we found out that all the seniors they all get coronavirus register, and they can do it next year if they choose to do so. But so that's one perk to it. And then as for me, as like the team, pretty much coach he sends us our workouts daily. We have our schedule. We just I kind of go back to, it's funny, it's how I used to do it in Ashe County. I ran for the high school, just on my own, doing my thing.
Yeah. So Tafton, you mentioned that the NCAA have they I'm assuming that's affected all of you all, but of course none of you are seniors, but they have given that option to all seniors, correct? About the red shirting? Okay. Just wanted to make sure on that. So circling back around to you, Joseph, now we're going to have to rewind just a little bit, but tell me a little bit about making that jump from high school to college, being a college athlete versus high school. What do you feel like for you was the biggest thing to adjust to, or the biggest challenge?
I think getting in a routine, getting in the routine of being an athlete in college. It's a lot different than being a student in high school and an athlete outside of high school. You have a plan laid out for you every single day for that plan, and sort of just you're at somebody else's will almost, but it's a good thing. It keeps you on task at all times.
Logan, what about you? For sure, definitely time management. For me, I know when I first started off my freshman year at Greensboro, just being able to, get to places on time and staying on top of your work at the same time of having to stay on top of your athletics, and your lifts and practice everything, it was really tough that first semester, but, once you get into the groove of things and managing everything and staying on top of everything, kind of just runs pretty smoothly and pretty easily.
Sarah, what about you?
Yeah, I definitely agree with time management. Because in high school, I think golf is like the most relaxed sport in my opinion. And when I got to college and I had like 6 a.m. workouts and practice from like 2 to 8 every day, on top of all the schoolwork, I was just so tired all the time. But I really learned how to like work in naps into the day and, you know, get your work done before time instead of procrastinating. So it was definitely a transition, but in the end, like, I think it's good for me. So
Afton, what about you, buddy?
Well, for me, I'd have to go along with the crowd here. Time management was a huge thing. Really just adjusting to like the new volume of like the workouts you're doing and how much effort you have to put into everything. I mean, from waking up 6 a.m., about the same as everybody else, you know, you get in 10, 12-mile workout, go to classes during the day, take a nap, and then have weights in the afternoon. It really adds up on you.
Real quick, just kind of a follow-up for all 4 of you. I know you probably enjoyed the team camaraderie at the high school level. You know, you grew up with these folks and knew them, but have you built that kind of camaraderie with your college teammates as well? You feel like a family with your teammates, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you spend way more time with your college teammates than you do with anybody at high school because that's all you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I live with 2 of my teammates, so, you know, you're with them 24/7. You're with them all the time, so they become as close as blood brothers, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
it's kind of weird because, like, in one hand, I feel like I just met them, but at the same time, I feel like I'd do anything for them. And so that's really different from high school, but I'm really thankful for my team. I know that.
That's cool. That's
And
cool.
then for me personally, like in high school, I was the only senior on my track team, cross country team that went on. So like I didn't really have anybody in my grade with me. But like, you know, here now as a freshman, you got a whole bunch of guys with you now.
That's awesome. So real quick, going around the room one more time here. Any advice that you all have for our current student athletes at Ashe County?
Don't be picky. If you're trying to decide somewhere to go, find what you think fits you best. Go there. And I think as trying to be a prospective student athlete, I think work twice as hard as you think you're working. Work harder than anyone else to become better than everyone else so you can obtain that goal.
Yeah, if you want to go get it, you know, I mean, it's a grind at the college level. But if you love it, if you love the sport you're playing, then go after it with all you got, you know. Don't give up on it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's kind of a big wake-up call, like, competition-wise, because in high school there's typically not as much competition. And so, yeah, just work extra hard and make sure you're prepared for what is coming. But it's good. It's good.
Yeah, definitely just put in extra effort. Like you gotta always go above and beyond what your like high school team goes and expects of you. It's the only way.
Well, that sounds like some great advice. Folks, I really appreciate you joining us for this first episode, I guess I could call it, for the Husky Alumni Report. Would love to meet with you all again and hope that the rest of this semester goes well for you, and we'll be in touch. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.